I think let's have a quick wrap up on what he said so far. Yeah, it was basically, this is what most fans wanted, at least the genuine fans. This is what you want as a fan of a club. I've seen Tottenham won two trophies since I've been supporting Tottenham. The Carling Cup and the Worthington Cup is the same thing. Shows how far ago that was, and it's what he's saying is just simple. Let's forget about money spent, talent, as a player. Forget about the tactical aspect of being a player. He's basically just saying, he's saying this is a culture within the club, and we've seen it so many times at Tottenham. We've seen it so many times where the team just seems to be. There was a time we were really, really flaky, man. You Tottenham were really, really soft. I remember Manchester United coming back from 3 goals down to beat us 5-3. As Ferguson saying, "Oh, don't guys, it's only Tottenham," and we've seen all that kind of situation before, and that was. That was those times where we were just soft center. Pochettino changed that and start getting us regular top four. But in recent years, with Mourinho, even with Poch as well, even with Conte as well, Nuno in the middle as well, you can see a pattern. You can see a pattern. A pattern just coming through. We're going to listen to the rest of the clip in a minute. But what Conte is saying in essence is like, we can talk about tactics, we can talk about everything, but the desire, the attitude, the willingness to suffer, the willingness to go through, to be machine-like, the willingness to be able to bust the gut for the team, the willingness to run, close people down. You could set up in a shape, whatever shape, 3-5-2, 5-5-2, whatever. It could be in a shape, but the willingness to want to go and close the ball down, and go and block the ball and don't switch off, be switched on. All those kind of things is what makes a winning team. I'm not even talking about trophies here because that's going to be at the end of it, but you could build a culture of winning, like getting to later stages of competitions, getting to later stages of, of the league. Let's go back to let's continue listening to Antonio Conte. Yes, yeah. The press asked him about the about the what do you call it? What do you call it? His contract, and people have been using that as an excuse since. People have been saying, "Oh, what about his contract? He's not signed it." Oh, people come up with all these excuses for players, especially. I think I notice it more, especially in this country. They come up with all the kind of these players are professionals. They come over. Our player is not playing well because he's on the last year of his contract. If you're a professional person doing a normal job, just because you're leaving the job today or tomorrow, you shouldn't do your job. You should stop doing your job. You should do your job properly. That's just the moral of a proper person that's been raised properly. So, people come up with all these excuses. Somebody was saying, "Oh, they've been coached too hard. The players are scared of him." And it's all crap. It's just excuses upon excuses upon excuses for these players, for some of these players. And for you to build a culture as a club of winning trophies, you got to do two things. Get the right person in charge as a manager. You got to be ruthless. Get rid of the players that the managers don't want, because we all know the players that the manager is talking about. We all know the players that they've been there for a long time. They've been part of so many titles, and we've seen how they've played. I'm not even going to go back as 20 years. I'm going to talk about since Conte has been there. But he coached the team, got the top four. When he came, we were 12, and he's expecting a bit of an improvement from not improvement in terms of position on the table, but improvement in terms of the way we play, the way we defend all season. it's been second half show Tottenham every single half. First half is rubbish, second half we play well. First half, and the manager kept saying, "I don't know why we're playing this way." And it's simple. The defense, they can't defend. Pure and simple. They get under a little bit of pressure, they switch off. And there was a time it was individual errors. They cut that out now. And now he's just making stupid mistakes and folding after going a goal up or after leading games. They concede a goal, then they concede another one. And you could tell they could concede more as well. And then they try and go and play again. I mean, it's not normal as a team. You have to push as a team. You have to have 15 to 16 players that wants to push themselves endlessly, push themselves, sacrifice, suffer. The manager always says that suffer, you know. And this has been coming. The manager, I was expecting him to say this, and this is two top managers now that said the same thing. You know, they've said the same thing, and the managers can be wrong. You know, managers can be wrong, and Tottenham need to look at the owners of Tottenham. They need to look at what they're doing. You know, in terms of the culture, when the players come in, or when the managers come in, when they give the manager, you know, the funds, give the manager what the manager wants in most cases, and don't cut corners, you know, because I think that's what happens with Tottenham sometimes. They try and cut corners, or they try and look for an alternative signing or something, or, you know. And the manager is not even talking about that. The manager is just saying what he's seen so far from players. You can tell when people are not pushing themselves. You can tell when people are making the same mistakes all over and over again. And you can tell all this kind of stuff. And that's what the manager is trying to point out. For you to build a winning team, you need somebody to come in that's a winner, that's going to piss people off and basically rip everything down, tell people off, move people on, people that are not buying into the culture, what the manager wants to build. And that's what he's saying. So he's talking about his contract now, and it's all excuses. He's talking about the players have been given a lot of excuses. Yeah, you see what he said there, and people are going on about he's having a go at the club. No, he said it there. You can see what he said. He said 20 years they've not won anything, and he says people are always having a go at the club, not the players. And people should listen to that bit, you know. And that's what I wanted to pick up on, because I've been reading people in social media saying, "Oh yeah, he's having a go at the club. The club should go. They should sack him or whatever." You know, personally, I don't care if they sack him, man. Yes, if we want to sack him, sack him. We're allergic to success. We run away from winners. We've done it so many times, looking for excuses, cutting corners, get someone else in, bring another manager in. Manager will go through the same thing. The same players will be given another clean slate to prove what they can do. They will react to the manager. They'll do well, and the manager will get us top four probably. And then what will happen? The same old mistakes happen again. The same old defensive, you know, fragilities and defensive, poor defending will continue with the same old play. And it's all revolving though. And for me, I don't care. If they want to sack him, they should get rid of him. Get rid of him, let the guy go back home. But what he's saying now, if you're a Tottenham fan and you're listening to what he's saying, if you're a Tottenham player, anybody connected with Tottenham, you will buy into what this guy is saying. You look yourself, you think about yourself, you think about your club, you know, do you want to continue being, you know, spineless, you know, winning nothing? I know it's difficult to win trophies nowadays. It's difficult. But you want to become, I mean, people were talking about the Sheffield United game the other day. And I'm thinking, what are you guys talking about? The only player that was not playing was Harry Kane. He rested a couple of players. Sonny was playing. Richarlison was playing. He rested some of the defense. I think Romero was the only person rested in defense. He played Sanchez and someone else. And people were saying, yeah, why did he rest Kane? And it's the same people that would have said, oh, why did you rest Kane for that match? Sheffield United played their second team. They had a couple of what do you call the flu virus or in the team in the camp, and they had to play some of their reserve players, and those players were tackling like their life depended on it. They were tackling. You see Tottenham players pulling out of tackles. You see the goal they scored. Tottenham players putting their hands off. People not closing down, not challenging. And that's the kind of people that's the kind of players that you want the fans are giving excuses for. It's unbelievable, man. And it's like when you're used to something, you keep finding excuses to justify that thing that you are used to and to say, oh, this is right. And most clubs do it, most fans do it. When Arsenal couldn't win the league anymore, they were saying, yeah, top four is what we want. We finished top four. We finished top four. It's like, every club you want to be winning stuff. I know it's difficult, but you have to build a culture. You have to build a culture with the players that you have in the team. And, like I said, they can sack the manager. It wouldn't bother me because they'll probably bring in, what's his name? Pochettino or somebody else that will come in and be nice. We play pretty. I mean, people were talking about, oh, we don't play the football is boring. We don't play pretty football anymore. Can you believe it? Tottenham fan, I can't remember the last time they won Jack. They worried. Somebody was saying that at least if you don't win anything, at least pretty football is better than, imagine playing pretty football and you don't win anything and you're happy. You're happy. Like they give out trophies for pretty nice football. You get extra 3 points for playing pretty football. Some people, I don't understand this mentality of, let's just entertain. It's crazy. It's crazy, and it takes somebody like this to make people focus on the whole idea. You're paying one of the highest price in the Premier League for tickets, Tottenham fans. And some fans are still giving excuses for this player, saying, okay, the manager, let's say the manager takes the blame. Conte says, okay, you know what? Everything that's happening is my fault. Do you want to tell me that will make any difference next week or next time Tottenham step onto that pitch? Will it make the players better? It wouldn't make the players better. So let's just get a grip, man. Let's get a grip. Let's face reality. Before if you want to address a problem, you got to admit you've got a problem that you got to get out of the club, root out of the club from the top. From the top to the bottom of the club, you got to get that winning mentality. Get it right. Everything you do, make sure it's a winning mentality. When you go and sign a player, go for the player that you want. Winning mentality. Get the right player. Winning mentality. Get players that are not good enough. Get them out. Winning mentality. No matter what you do to get those players out, winning mentality. That's what you want to build. Everything at that club is top notch, man. It's built for champions. See the stadium. See the ground. But you got to do it on the pitch. That's where it matters. You got to do it on the pitch. And the manager is speaking facts. He's speaking facts. Let's get back into the audio. You can see what he said there. It's fire, man. To be honest, those passion, man. That passion from that manager. That's what you want from your manager. If I was one of those Tottenham players today, to be honest, man, the hair on the back of my head would be standing up, man. I don't have any hair on my head right now, but if I had, I will be so fired up for the next 10 games, man. But we know what's gonna happen. Some ex-players are gonna come out and say, you don't talk to players like that. You don't single players out. You don't all this crap. I think sometimes I look at it and I think it's the culture, man. It's the culture in this country whereby, you go and watch kids playing football as well, and they tell you, oh, you know what, don't tell them that they are, don't tell them to do As the manager should just let them enjoy the game, and yeah, they need to enjoy the game. But when they lose games, do you think they're happy? No. Human beings naturally are competitive. We're competitive. You play a game with your 5-year-old or 6-year-old, he want to beat you, and if he loses that game, he's gonna feel bad. So, and I think it's just this culture about, oh, don't upset the apple, don't upset people. People are gonna be upset. Sometimes you just gotta say it the way it is. That's why I do. My son plays football. I tell him straight up. If he plays well, I tell him he played well. If he played badly, I'll tell him he played bad. That's just the way it is. I'm telling him what he needs to do to get better, and that's what they call tough love. That's how you tell people. That's how people improve. People that want to get better, that's what they'll pick on, and they want to improve. And basically, Conte, I just say, it's not going to be a part of it. If I could change clubs, I wouldn't be supporting Tottenham, because I don't want to be a part of this, this culture, these players, or this lack of every single time. So many games this season, we came back from losing positions to win and to draw. It has to come down to the players. It has to come down to the players. If I was Daniel Levy on Monday, I'll get Conte into a room, put down a 3-year contract in front of him, or 2-year contract, or 3 years, and I'll tell him, give me the names of the players you don't want. I'm shipping them out, and give me the players that you want. I'll get them in for you. I'll try my utmost best to get those players that you want in for you. Not the want of trying. We're going to go and offer them what we can offer. We're going to make sure we make a deal that the players want to come. At the end of the day, it's still down to the players. But you're going to say to him, I'm going to give you what you want to make this club, to turn this club into a winner, into change the winning mentality. And that's the way it is. And I've said this so many times. We all know what the problem is. You can't fix a problem by going around or circumnavigating around the real problem, by going around the real issue. You have to go to the root of the problem and get rid of it. That's what the problem is. The board has a part to play as well. They can't keep giving players, all these players that are not good enough, trying to make money out of them by sending them on loan or doing all that kind of, thinking about money every single time. The fans pay a lot of money. You pay a lot of money. The board has to look at themselves and say, what have we been doing wrong since, and how can we change? You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So the board has got to look at themselves. Antonio Conte, for me, yeah, he speaks the team. He's responsible for the team. Yeah, but for me, every single thing he said is blameless. Yeah, we can criticize sometimes he makes the decisions, substitutions late or whatever. He brings on players, he says something about players that I didn't sign in, club signs in. You can say all of that, but when you go to the root of the problem, is there's some players at the club. Is either maybe they're not good enough, or maybe they just don't want to push themselves into that pain barrier. Because there's a pain barrier you go into when you want to be champions. When you're running, when you're an athlete, when you're doing sports, you get to your pain barrier, and then once you go over that pain barrier, you're flying, because you put yourself into a different environment entirely. And there's some players that are comfortable. They just want to be comfortable in what they're doing, and everybody's entitled to do. I can't blame the players. The club is got to get rid of them. The players might be giving everything, but it's just not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough at all. And I hate when fans keep comparing us to Arsenal. They go, oh, yeah, look at Arsenal at the top of the table. They've spent almost 200 million. This guy has been there for 4 years. He will have been, if he was at Tottenham, maybe they would have sacked him by now. They would have sacked Arteta if he was at Tottenham. They would have sacked him when he finished 8th twice or whatever. So don't compare us to Arsenal. They've got their own business to deal with. They're top of the table. They're playing well. Good luck to them. I hate when fans keep comparing us and saying, "Oh, look at you're just stupid and dumb." They've been going through crap seasons for the past God knows how many years, for about 6 or 7 years now, finishing eighth and whatever. So every club has got their own time. It is their time now. Let them get on with it, and we'll see what happens. For me personally, they sack Conte, they don't sack him. I don't care. I hardly go and watch Tottenham play because at the end of the day, I'm not going to go and sit down and watch something whereby I know at the back of my mind, as for spending a lot of money, I know at the back of my mind, this team is shipping goals. So I'm not going to go and waste my money, and sit down when this defense, this team is flaky. They're going to concede goals. And everybody's got to take responsibility for this, man. Everybody. I bet Conte, everybody's thinking about what they said now. I expect Conte to continue to the end of the season. As long as top four is still in sight, I think he'll still be there. Summer, they can do whatever they want, to be honest. And I think, if you want to make a change, we make a change. We are the only one that can make that change. The people at the club is the only one that can make that change of changing the mindset, changing the mentality, and bringing in somebody. We've got somebody already, Conte, that can do that. They can decide to do what they want to do. They own the club anyway. So yeah, enough of my rant. That was a good press conference from Antonio Conte. That press conference should be what do you call it? Should be a training video. It should be a training video for any team that wants to be successful, or a team that's underperforming. That training video consistently as well. That video should be a training video for if you want to build a team that's been performing badly, and if you want to let them see what's going on and want to change everybody's mentality. So yeah, 100% behind Conte. You should go. If it was him, man, you should just enjoy his weekend. He's got time off now for the internationals. Come back against Everton, coach any player that you see feels that he's not doing the business or is crying about, oh, the manager threw me under the bus, get rid of them, put them on the bench or whatever, put players in. I don't care even if you're going to play the young guys, the academy guys on the bench, development team, put them in. They're going to run, they're going to want to impress you. Get rid of players that think, they're going to be crying and think, oh, the manager shouldn't sulking and thinking the manager shouldn't, the manager has really, he's really, he's got my feelings and all that kind of stuff. Get rid of them. Don't put them in the team. And that's what he should do now. That's the next step for him. I think that's what he will be doing in training when they come back. He's going to look into the people's eyes and see people that are sulking. And, that's what winners do. Basically, that's what winners do, man. Winners upset the apple. They upset the narrative. That's what winners do, man. They come in, they upset people, and people that are willing to join this train will come on board. The people that are willing to get off will get off. That's the way it is. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is 60 Yard Box, Antonio Conte's hot presser, and it's definitely a hot presser, man. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Watch out for all our content. Make sure you smash the like button, please. I wanna hit 100 like button. Make sure you subscribe as well. Comment, let me know what you think. Wanna hit that 100 subscription as soon as possible. And take care. God bless.